the promise of what we frankly expect from this roster.
Yeah, and I think to Leviatan's credit, their T side was much more cohesive on Overpass than it was on Inferno, but we did see some of the mistakes sneaking their way through, especially towards the latter part when Isurus was making their comeback, right? And they played the clock a little too long a couple of times. Hopefully for their sake that won't come through on Nuke, because as you mentioned, T side is so much more punishing on this map, and given the fact that both teams haven't necessarily played it too much and it's not a map they usually go to, I think the T side will be the one that gets exploited the most here.
Well, we'll have to see. It is going to be Leviatan starting on the defense. So we'll see if Dillian can shake off his opping woes if the big green indeed comes out. It is a map where teams can just not play it if they're not feeling the op. But you do usually expect it.
Yeah.
It's going to be the play around. Utility thrown in towards Zay, but it's no commit off the back of it. Just space being taken. Outside is Deco running at them, and meanwhile they're trying to meet up in ramp room, but Dillian's getting a couple quick kills. That's what they needed, but Deco in the lockers is a problem. Needs to reload. They're chasing this. They want him. And Dillian will find him. Oh my goodness, what a shot for Tommy Jed. All into Ali, who's been left completely alone. He wasn't joined up with his team, and now he has to battle against everyone and try and recover, and he's even already been dinked. Shot back the other way. A 1v2 possibility. Spots both players, knows where they are. They're trying to wrap him, but he's isolated the fights. Ali could do this. 6 bullets in his Glock. Only needs 2 to connect. Only 1, actually. Dillian is low. Right on the other side.
The doors split.
That splits the doors, and here it comes. Ooh, 1 connection needed. Reload comes in. He ducks into the rat hole. That means Dillian's out. Now and there's the kill. Ali pulls back the 1v3, clutches it out, and puts Isurus on the board early.
Oh, that is a bit of a problem there for Leviatan, because you have a 3v1 and you let Ali isolate every single player. I mean, I say let. Ali worked for that one, but Leviatan put themselves in a very, I'd say, precarious situation the way they were playing that. So, all right, great on Isurus to strike back and take that pistol round. You want to get your T-sides on the board as quickly as possible on Nuke, because once the economy gets under the feet of the CT side, it's very tough to crack back through. There is a Molotov that's going to fly in immediately, and Leviatan are going to try and stack this A site, it appears, as no one is on the B site proper, and Ali's managed to sneak through next to the vent. I think they have a feeling he's here as that deagle spam is coming through, but now he makes the audio cue, so they know he's dropped down into the vent.
They got the site for free, though.
Yeah, they do, yeah.
Laser. Gonna have to go ham if they're going to do anything about this. No, actually, Dillian's here now as well, so this is not a terrible setup. Okay, snappy shot there from the scout. He's a man we put a lot of pressure on coming into this map, and so far, Dillian is delivering. So Isurus not quite capitalizing on their spacing out towards lower, and now this is getting weird. Lasers drop, but the reinforcements are here. The scout no longer finding its mark, and now everybody's dead. And Dillian will follow them into the grave.
They just got swept away after Isurus found the positioning on the B site. Leviatan, I mean, they had a pretty good setup, but Isurus picked it apart piece by piece until the scout was the only thing left, and it was easily overloaded. So they get their second round. And Leviatan, well, they're just going to have to save for their first full-on buy-up, which will come in round number 4. Here we go, though. Round 3, Isurus, 3 Galils, the AK, and the MAC-10. Obviously, Ali wants to get those MAC-10 frags so he can build up a nice bit of bank for himself. Will he be given those opportunities is another question, as Leviatan are going for a full-on eco. Deco's already found 1, and, well, Nathan does go down, okay. Good little push from Leviatan going into trophy, and they get an upgrade as a result.
Ali wants to chase this. He does have the MAC-10, so money can be made.
Just a train.
But they haven't taken any advantage of this. They haven't found any space, right?
Yeah.
They're just now starting to move. One found Molotovs, can isolate them, and now there's a rifle up here. Make life difficult. Bomb going down. They're planting it out in the open, but they had a smoke for cover, and they trusted it. I'm going to be on to 1962, and he will be 1960 dead.
I mean, credit to Leviatan for at least making things interesting, right?
Yes.
I mean, that was a good play. The 4 players pushing in towards trophy, and they get a gun off of it. And almost managed to find a way to get those frags through. But, I mean, we have 3 players. The USPS is charging through a smoke. Sure, the strat is good, but there wasn't the firepower to really get the frags.
All right, John. It's time to see what the op can do. And
yes.
Just one thing to note. If you remember on Overpass, it took 7 rounds for 4 players to get their first kill.
Yes.
We currently got 5 players. No, 5 players blanked.
It's interesting how this works out.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on or why in particular this is happening here. I think it's just because when they hit something, they like sledgehammer in and drop everybody on it. But we'll see. 1962 as well. Not cracking onto the board just yet when he was the guy who dropped 35 on the last.
Yeah, he needs that anti-eco ace to come through again. So
there you go. Get the juices flowing.
Exactly.
Got to win a round before you can get an anti-eco, though.
That is true.
We'll see if they can do it here. Lots of utility being spent early here. Reversive is going to get himself into a bit of a cheeky angle here by the vent. They might overlook him. They do a bit. They were actually clearing for it, but he still got the kill. He'll hear the players dropping down vent. That information's given up, but he still did get his price paid. Got himself a kill. Laser wants to duck into this, but he can't deny the bomb plant, and they've just gone swift into it. Still a player up on the silo. They're not looking for it, but Nithon also can't hit his shots. That was a huge opportunity missed by Nithon. Fortunately, Nazi will make sure that it does not matter.
What a shame. 5v3 for Leviatan, just immediately brought down to a 5v2. They don't have the positioning. They're just walking into what will be a slaughter. Ali gets 2. Only Reversive left standing. And despite the fact that he gets when the time is over, yeah, he needs to back off and just save. Why is he still hunting? Just save? Okay, I guess.
It worked.
I guess,
he wanted the op.
Well, it's not a bad play at the end of the day, because like you said, he does get the op in his hands, but he could have just grabbed the op and run, right? You didn't have to go for that fight.
Into ramp, you could have just chilled it.
Exactly.
It's one of those, a good result doesn't necessarily justify a bad play. You know, roll that back 3 different times. Don't know how that's going to work out, but it's okay. He does get the AWP. They at least have something for this round.
Isurus already has 4 on their T side. They're blanking Leviatan, who now have to go on to another eco. Just Reversive with the AWP and 4 Deagles around them versus Isurus, who are just running AKs. They're not even worried about the big green. Billions on Vice Lonesome here on the A site, and he will get 1. They don't even find the trade immediately. Does he get a chance for a second? No, Ali gets things under control briefly. And oh no, a TK comes through! There's a TK!
Oh no!
Deagle!
It's, okay. Alright. Come down to a 1v2 now.
What?
What is happening? I don't know how that sprinting in towards lobby knife out didn't get punished harder. As it is, Deco's going to have to make up for his sin of killing his teammate. Reversive still has that AWP as well. Okay, come down to the 1v1. Did he spot him? I think he saw him. I think he saw him, and he's done it indeed. So Deco ends up with 4 kills in that round, only 3 of which were on the opponents. But he does take the round through, and that's all that matters.
The lobby play was just chaos, like just pure and utter chaos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it Deco who killed the guy back by shutters? Was that what happened?
I didn't catch it.
I thought he had 2 dead to rights. I'm not even sure who it was. I thought he had him dead to rights and then just nothing. Madness.
No, he killed his teammate.
Yeah. That he did. But he did get the kills that matter.
He did.
That's all that matters. Because you've already got 5 rounds run up here on Nuke. It has been a tale of really fast, snappy halves, right? Really dominant starts to every half we've had so far. We'll see if this turns into another recovery. Big kill for Dillian. Slows them at secret. Gets himself a pick early on. And he is hitting. Just no one else is.
Yeah, we called him out, and he's the one actually taking care of business. Oh, man.
Needs a little bit of help. 1962's gone vacant on this one after being the monster on Overpass.
It's just not usually the player you rely on to be that monster.
Sure.
It's very strange, but he did a great job.
Oh. Nice tag. Ali, Deco, big kills coming through here. Brings the advantage back over. And this is just all falling apart. Tommy Jet and Dillian. The only one's left alive, and Tommy Jet's going to go adventuring to try and find a kill because he needs something. But if he gets this kill on Deco, I think it'll probably be traded. And he's not even going to get that. So it's all on Dillian, whose job is at this point save the AWP. And that's got to be a little bit of a sting, right? You get the opening pick, you deny the position early on in the round, and then just nothing else breaks your way in the entire round.
I mean, credit to Deco, though, who had a very rough go when they started on their T side, I believe it was, of Overpass. And finally, though, this time around, he gets 12 frags already as Dillian drops Alley. But yeah, Deco's really popping off for his squad. Another 3K in this round.
12-2 ain't bad, man. Through 6 rounds, 2 kills a round. Take that.
Yeah. Not to mention back-to-back 3Ks, right?
Yeah. Why not? 197 ADR through 6. That's just shy of being exactly 2 kills around. It's nuts. Timeout's going to be called here by Leviatan. They were not the team to take too many timeouts, but they are getting blanked here. And it's the CT side of Nuke upon which they are getting dismantled. And that cannot be allowed to happen.
No, it can't. And I think you were mentioning the fact that we've had 3 dominant starts for either side right on each map. On the first one, it was Isurus 7-1. Second one, it was Leviatan up 9-2. And this time, Isurus up 6-0. But I think Nuke is a bit of a different story. Like you alluded to, T side, usually 6 rounds is considered a pretty good half on T side. And here, Isurus already have those 6 rounds, and they're blanking Leviatan. 0 rounds secured so far for them. If Isurus keeps this up, this could be very quick.
Now, something else to note, Anaheim doesn't have a kill yet, nor does 1962.
Weird.
1962 can go secret agent status in this one. It's just been like the story of this match. It's just the players just go missing for large stretches of time. And everyone's done it at this point, right? So it's like tough to blame one individual. It's just, we're no longer, sometimes it can feel a bit like you're harping on one player. And you don't want to do that. But it's no longer about that. It's about this being a really weird trend for everyone watching, that this just keeps happening. Oh, Destiny, his shoulder's been spotted, he's dead. Laser's got one, reversive, a second, there we go. A good early hold for Leviatan. 2-man advantage, ramp room locked down. How do they capitalize on this?
Hopefully a little better than the previous round where they had the 2-man edge and lost it.
Certainly not again.
I
like about to be dead.
Yep.
Held. Not going to be the round for Niathon to crack the board, and Reversive continuing to press forward. That's bold, but 1962 will crack his own goose egg and get the first round.
Yeah, nice mix-up by Leviatan. They were playing very, very passively up until this point, and then decide, you know what, let's take some aggression to them, and they absolutely do that. 2 players charging through into Trophy. They spot out Destiny's shoulder, and that leads to the opening frag, and then a peek from, I believe, was Dillian, coming with the AWP and ensuring the second player is dropped. After that, they did not rescind control. Isurus continued to be pressed in upon in lobby and just could not go pretty much anywhere. So, Leviatan find their first round. That's important for them. Let's hope it's not isolated, at least for their sake. Reversive is going to spam through into Squeaky, and Noxe goes down to 70 HP. That said, a wall of smokes is being thrown. Dillian's holding the fort with the AWP, and now with the rest of his team starting to click, hopefully they can start to rack up some rounds.
Timely smoke might allow the play in towards vent. Problem is there's one peering over it. Oh, Reversive will have been hurt on that drop there. Ali should be aware of the possibility. I'd be a bit nervous about the spam coming through, but Reversive is just going to chill on it for now, and as the smoke fades, that could be a problem. Yeah, he walked out. So, Reversive does catch that. Big kill to find. Deco, an opener. Out by Garage, looking for more, but he will not get it. It's all on Anaheim. The man who has found nothing must now find 4. If they're to take this round, he's got 40 seconds with which to do it. There's the first fight isolated. Okay, crack on the board. Chance at the very least. Knows that Reversive is dancing around the boxes with him. Reversive really going to give him this fight, and he will. Bomb is held by Niathon. And he fakes the vent drop, tries to come back up, but Laser doesn't fight. If he'd actually just gone through with the vent drop, that was a very realistic chance to win the round. Niathon, nice bit of play there.
Yeah, overthought it a little bit, but I love the idea. I just, Niathon goes right back up into Laser's vision, and he takes him down. So Leviathan do take 2 in a row here. Cut the lead to 4 for Isurus. And the thing is, in my opinion, even if Isurus loses the remaining rounds, they've got what they need out of this T side. They got the 6. I think this is already a very good half for them. I don't think they will lose out, but you never know. The way this series has gone, it's definitely possible. Tommy Jed is going to go there towards Squeaky, and I think Isurus has managed to sneak through into ramp. They have, but Laser does take down Deco. Reversa finds Destiny. Mission accomplished for Isurus. They get the bomb plant, Mike.
Make that money. They won't do any damage, but they did make that money. Bomb plant down, money earned for the next round. And now they'll have a very much proper chance to invest here. As you said before, the bevy of 6 rounds means they've already accomplished Objective A here on the T side, but anything they can get from here is just gravy.
Yes.
And they're looking for more.
Yeah, that bomb plant nets them the opportunity to get full utility and the AKs across the board. They really haven't leaned into the op pretty much at all. And like you mentioned, Mike, you don't have to run the op on your T side if you're not feeling it. And
no,
I mean, Nathan has certainly been good with it, but this time around is going with those rifles, and I guess we'll have to wait until CT side to see him rock the big green. Dillian, on the other hand, has started to impress us with some timely op shots for the Leviatan side. It's been a part of this 3-round run for them. 3 players for Isurus starting to sneak their way out, and Dillian spots one out, will re-peek it, and does get the second, but goes down in turn. Still gives his team the man advantage, but the op has now been dropped.
Oh, drop down from Nithon. Great entry. Takes the mini player. Spots the guy peeking out of heaven, but he won't win that fight. 1962 steps away with a big kill there. Ali. Oh, here's those footsteps coming back in from 1962. Might catch him with an 8 in hand, and that's free. Standoff with Laser around the corner. Bomb still not postured towards either site. Stuck back in lobby. They could take it anywhere. Noxie could come group up in towards ramp, but it doesn't seem like that's what they're going to do. Isurus very much leaving these players on an island, and now he comes back to clear. But this is interesting because now Laser's pushed in towards the ramp, but he's got the information. But space is opened up. He'll have to clear the nooks and crannies. But Tommy Jed should have some comms coming that they might be headed his way. That's a big pick. Big kill to find. Duel to win. Noxie alone, 20 seconds. He's going to try and do this quiet, but at some point he's going to have to start to run and get this bomb planted down to dirt. I guess he doesn't. Confident that they weren't in ramp. It was a gamble. It was worth it. Player behind him. Player in front. Dancing around the pillar.
Nice.
Oh, isolates the fight brilliantly. They give up the information with the spam so he knows exactly where they're coming from. And now he just has to hold. The repositions there as well. He gets the altitude. He gets the ground. He's got the time, but he doesn't have the shot. Big kill from Tommy Jed. The attempt at the clutch was nice. I love the way Noxie played it. They just didn't have the final kill.
He had the space gained, and they didn't really know his position once he got through that squeaky door, and then once he goes down to the B site. Makes a great effort of it, but just could not win that last 1v1. Well played, at least brings all the players down except for one on the Leviatan side, keeping their economy in check, but they've got enough built up to help them out should they lose this round. 6-4, 4 in a row for Leviatan, but Isurus are going to come right on back with 3 AKs and 2 Galils. Round number 11. In the final map, for those of you just tuning in, it's tied 1-1, each team taking the opposing team's map pick. Tommy Jed goes down into the vents, and he just wants to defend over at that B site. Isurus are again sending 3 players towards the outer yard. Wall of smoke's thrown a little deeper. Dillian won't be able to spot anyone out. Maybe he heard that flashbang being thrown, but decides not to spam anyway. And Isurus will make their way down towards Secret.
Dillian outside. There's one found. Nithon just wandering in, not realizing the opera was posted up. He'll lose his life. Leviatan looking to pass a big test in this round. They've already done most of their utility to do so. Down to flashes, a single Molotov, and 1 nade. Laser. Oh, could catch the timing here. This would be huge, but he tries to go too far for it, and Destiny checks behind. 1962 press into the corner. That's a read and a half coming through don't know what audio or indication they had there, but they decided to check it, and it paid off. A double swing here as well. Deals with the site player. Tommy Jet making a big play. He's got to do it. He's got to deliver, and he will continue to do so. Puts Destiny into the 1v2 with only 15 seconds to go. You got to go. You got to hit the gas, and Dillian will not miss. Massive play for Leviatan to continue the run back here. 4 in a row now found as they look to equalize the scoreline.
Tommy Jed, nicely done. That's the player we were looking for in the previous 2 maps, and he has delivered big time here for his team on Nuke. Dillian as well, 14 and 7, 3 frags in that round. They really pulled it back nicely, and that forces Isurus onto a pistol buy-up. Let's see if Isurus can get back to their winning ways on T side, or if they're doomed to lose 9 in a row after being up 6-0. 1962 hopping over the tippy top of this smoke, and they try to go for the quick play. I don't really blame them, but 1962 and Reverso are up to the task. Flashbangs everywhere, but Leviatan is keeping their composure, even though Isurus does manage to send a player down the vents. I like the play. Oh, no.
Bomb tried to make its way over. It's over, John.
Yeah.
Okay, rifle found.
Oh, my goodness.
Conveniently reloaded it for him. Now, Ali, try and wreak some more havoc in this round and at least make it expensive. Control back in lobby, so he can't really bail out, but if he just tips down vent now. I posted. He's not going to be able to escape down that way. And creeping around the corner comes Dillian to clean up the mistakes, to make sure they're not getting out of this one. There we go. Tied scoreline here, John. It's anyone's game.
Yeah, Ali made it interesting at the very least, right? He comes out of vent and gets a couple of nice ones. Eventually does go down, but as you mentioned, yes, we're all tied up here at 6. Leviatan, they have their economy under their feet. As mentioned, once you get to those later rounds on CT side of Nuke, it becomes harder and harder to get your T rounds, so it's good for Isurus that they found them early. They will be back with AKs across the board here. And one thing I liked about Isurus is the player going down the vent kept firing the Peach 50, so they couldn't hear what he was doing, which was intelligent. Unfortunately, he didn't have the bomb on his back, and the bomb carrier couldn't do the same and follow up. So that was Ali by his lonesome and ended up going down. Tommy Jet going to spam through the smoke. Wall of smoke starting to get a deep one for Isurus, which gives them more options into either Big Garage or Secret. And as it stands, Noxy has managed to make his way into Secret, but Dillian is waiting there with the AWP up close and personal. Let's see if Laser is up to the task here of a potential B-ramp push.
Laser. Oh, little pop and a drop. Tommy Jet actually did get the kill. He's got information as well for his team, and has been able to reposition. Dealing with the outside look means that the brunt of the attack is coming from this angle. Oh, timing again for Dillian. That was happening to him all the time on Overpass. Here rears its head once more. Falls off the angle, doesn't post up, and now 2 big kills come in, and that lower sight is ripe for the taking. Bombs down, John. This could be bad for Leviatan. Trying to wrap around. What a swing from 1962. He almost gets a second there, runs out of bullets, but this is looking like Isurus' round.
Look at the health, though. Oh, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, as Destiny is able to get Tommy Jed with a nice headshot, and Isurus, despite the fact it takes so much damage there in 1962, making a great effort, but it just was not enough. Isurus are going to take a 7th for themselves, and that certainly will help them as they head on over to their CT side, Mike. So timeout will be called here for Isurus to talk things over.
Man, timing is a brutal mistress. If Dillian had posted up for another second on that angle, he gets a kill, and who knows how this round plays out. It's just that was happening to him so much on Overpass. It's maybe a little distressing to see it rear its head again, but shouldn't matter. Isolated incident. We'll see if it becomes a trend. Still big round to claim for Isurus, and if they can crack one more through here, suddenly they're running roughshod through the rest of this half. Well, it would only be one more round, so you know, yes.
Alrighty. Well, here we go. Round number 14. Isurus. They've got the AKs, but Leviatan did have enough of a cushion to get these rifles back into their pockets. At least 4 of them. 3 A1Ss, the AWP, and the MP9 knife. And and the rest of his team might be going for a quick hit here. They're charging on through, but Reversive goes right through into Vending and gets himself taken down, but he does enough damage to ensure Laser drops Deco, and then 1962 finds Destiny. Very fast pace of play from both teams into this round, and it's going to be Leviatan with a decided edge, 4v3, and Ali clinging on to life.
Certainly a nice position to be standing in, but still up in the air a bit. No presence outside. From either side, really. I mean, there's Dillian holding back from in the lockers. He's even going to give that up. I think 1962 has assumed responsibility for it. And Isurus just holding to see if the push is going to come through, if the flank would come through. I'd be holding a long time. 50 seconds about to hit the timer. They're going to have to go. As a smoke fades and Squeaky, this could be huge, but 1962 can't realize the kill. He's done the damage, he's got the info, and he swings back in. That's bold. A flash around, they're trying to work this player into mini. The push hut could be massive. Tommy Dead coming around on this. Ali needed to hit that shot, and indeed he does. Nithon with a follow-up, and this is Isurus now poised to take an 8. Dillian can't even go for this. He's got the op. He's going for a kit. But in a 1v3 with no money to play with in the last round, how can he hope to attempt this? Kit's been retrieved. Okay, he just found a kill. That might coax him further in. Oh, it's just the low HP alley. He's going to drop a Molotov. See if it gets him one more for free. That one, no. As he comes around this corner, he's got to clear. Gives it the most valiant of efforts. That's not going to happen.
I don't like the take. Again, that's the second time Dillian's gone for a 1v2 where I don't necessarily feel like it's a good idea. 1v3, in fact, initially. Should have just saved the op because you look at the buy-up period as just a very rough go for Leviatan. Isurus already on their T side now, taking a lead into the second half. Surgical on their execute into the A site, picking apart the Leviatan defense again. And now Leviatan are stuck on 2 Deagles, a Scout, an MP9, and the CZ instead of having that op in play and permitting Dillian to perhaps buy an SMG for his teammates. So a bit of an oversight there as we head into the 15th and final round of play here in the first half of action, Mike.
Reversive CZ ace?
Well, be nice. Nice for Leviatan anyway.
Oh. Okay.
What?
It's definitely not going to happen. Dillian did not like what I suggested.
No.
He has been taken out of play by his teammate right off the rip in this round. Don't know how that happened.
No.
Dillian will at least get 1 kill to make up for it. Might want to get 1 more there, bud. Not sure how that one played out. 1962 is right out in the open. This is a rough situation, but he turns it into 1, and 1 will be it. All on the laser. 14 points of health. Gonna push through a smoke. And dead. No, not yet. And dead. There we go. 9-6 is the scoreline. What a showing for Isurus on their T side. We will head into a break.
I never thought you'd make me high. Fuck, I'm so high. I wanna kiss your thigh. I love your groove, the way you move. You gotta choose if you want a boy or a man who's smooth. The sunlight hits our eyes, the music keeps our love alive. Don't let it go, let it go. When the lights go down tonight, the music never dies, the music never dies, the music never dies, no, no. All our soul, make it come.
All right, 1 more half. All that decides which of these teams moves on in the upper bracket and which goes down to face elimination. No team is getting knocked out in this particular matchup. They will have another chance to run it back through the lower, but, you know, it's not exactly an appealing prospect. Isurus with a nice lead, John, at the half.
Yeah, a very nice one, in fact, because they got it on their T side. Now they get to settle in on CT side, and if Nithon is as good as he's been with that AWP on CT side, they should be able to lock this one down quickly. That said, they have to get to the op first, and it all starts with a good pistol round. Ali and Nithon locking things down in observation. There's 2 from Nithon. Ali gets 1962 as well. Only Laser and Reverse have left, and now it's just Laser isolated in ramp, and that is it. A very quick round here, and defense coming through from Isurus, and of course, no bomb plant for Leviatan.
Well, that's a nice way to start things off.
Yeah.
Isurus perhaps were looking to wash the taste of Overpass out of their mouths, right? After,
Oh, yeah.
I mean, frankly, I thought this was going to be a 2-0. Even at that half, when they had recovered to 9-6, I'm like, okay,
Right,
this will
yeah.
be fine. And no. So, Leviatan now facing down a pretty unfriendly scoreline. No bomb plant in the last one means that this force buy is going to be, I think the technical term, John, is poo-poo. But here's going to be the play around. Flashbang out. They get fumbling on the door, and Deco is actually only going to get one. What is this? Up the ladder comes Noxie to be like, hey, this is how you make the MP9 work. Come on, guy. Got the bomb planted. That's really awkward with the
Yeah.
but it's fine. It's fine.
That was
He gets a kill.
extremely awkward for Nithon with the AUG. There's no question about it. He's good with the scopes, but maybe the AUG.
Yeah, maybe it's time to put the AUG down. And
Yeah.
Or
Let's
just
get that off.
scope it in if you're gonna use it.
Right. No, we're just playing. But of course, Isurus do manage to close things out. That's a great move by Noxie, right? Coming through those vents and recovering a situation that could have gone very badly very quickly, and ensuring that Isurus will get an 11th on the board. And now Leviatan, well, they are stuck only on pistols. 3 Glocks and 2 P250s. They've used up whatever utility they had, and Destiny's going to get 1, 2. Deco gets 2 as well, and Noxie wraps up the last one. Another very quick round coming through for Isurus. Very clean, yes.
Speed running the start of the second half. All right, Leviatan have just hit upper pretty quickly. 3 rounds in a row. They have gotten massacred. Pretty much 3 rounds in a row.
Yep.
So what are they going to do this time? Now they got the guns. They got the op for Dillian, which is an interesting investment. It was good in the first half. Let's see what he does on the T side with it. Going outside. They want the fight. And Noxie is going to be aggressive with them, but the flashbangs are good. Nithon is there for the trade. That's where the AUG looks a little bit better. And okay, Deco just winning out the duel. The op's still up. They don't have any of the control towards Secret. They've got a player out the squeaky door, though Laser did just catch a nade. Can't tell. Is he trying to get down the vent? No.
Just waiting, yeah.
Got the kill. And traded.
Oh no, reversive. Yeah, that's just going by yourself with the bomb on your back. I don't know.
Sprinting into the angle. He had no information towards ramp. No read whatsoever. Didn't know that anyone was there or wasn't there. And he sprints around the corner, knife out.
And he's by himself.
Alone. I mean, yeah, but just, why? What was the decision making in his brain?
I'm not sure.
All
Not sure.
right. That one's a head scratcher for me. A little bit of a brain fart. We'll give it to him. Everyone gets a mulligan. That's his mulligan. Unfortunately, I don't
Yes.
think Leviathan can risk any more mulligans.
No, they absolutely cannot, and they're actually going to force buy into this round, which is kind of surprising, but I guess when you have the full loss bonus kicking in, you can take some risks like this. 2 AKs, 2 Galeals, and the MAC-10 coming through here. For Leviatan, Isurus, they've got the 3 A1Ss, the AK, and Nithon hasn't even had to buy the op yet. He has the money, right? But he's survived with the AUG, so why not continue running it? And, yeah, Leviatan's going to have to force it out of his hands at this point.
It's the bonus round, but it's a rich bonus round, right? It's like, yeah, we don't even have to worry about buying up the AWP because we just got so much cash. Just keep rocking the rifles so they show they can take them out of our hands.
Exactly.
8K on Nithon, 7K on Deco, almost 6 on Ali. Money, 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 money. 2-man foray out hut, maybe on deck. Bomb position towards Squeaky. Are they going to go through this? They are. The flashbangs are good, and the kills are better. Ali will hear that drop, but he's in the vending machines. He's trying to make the play, and there's too many targets to find. This has just been Isurus getting completely blanked out of the round, and now they're going to need that extra capital because they need a substantial reinvestment.
All right. Well, Leviatan clean sweep in their direction. No players fall. They finally cracked the scoreboard here in the second half with the 7th round. But Isurus, they've gotten 4. They got 4 in a row to kick things off, so that really did help them build the economy into their feet. Like you said, though, Mike, they had to invest all of it here in order to get the full-on buy. They're going to have 4 A1Ss, but the op for Nitham is here.
That was just a really nice upper A execute as well, right?
It was,
The flashes
yes.
are well timed. The players come out at just the right moment to capitalize on them. Everything plays out the way it's supposed to. Okay. Noxie getting caught immediately off of the silo peak does not help things for Isurus in this round.
Yeah, he was trying to go for an aggressive play to get positioning, but they just caught him out immediately.
I think what happened is he was trying to get around to the secret. He spotted the player on silo and then stopped to try and get the kill and got caught. I think that's what happened. A little tricky to tell,
Yeah.
but they're going to come back in towards A. They've again got people positioned just to throw all this util in. This is now the round, the play they've made every round of this half. And it seems like it might work once more.
Oh, nice.
This time they bail out to go into ramp. Okay. So they throw the same face, but Nithon. Oh my goodness. He gives a chance, though. Destiny has a chance. Dropping down the ladder. That is the one place he couldn't go. Tommy Jed was lying in wait, and that'll be the round 1 for Leviatan.
Oh boy, but Nithon almost pulled it back with the op. Unfortunately for Isurus, Leviatan are going to be able to take that one. And it was a good take. I mean, honestly, going to that B ramp, they managed to isolate Alu. That's a great play by Laser. He was by himself for just a moment, but made it work. And then the reinforcements came in, and there was nothing Isurus could do after that. So, Isurus are going to be the ones forced onto an eco now. Loss bonus sitting at 2,400, which will help them into the next round. But it wouldn't surprise me if they went for a half buy, although I think the A1Ss, they'll want to get them out as quickly as possible. 1962 has got an A1S in his hand, saved over from the previous round, and he is peeking back and forth towards that B ramp, while Laser is going to just look in through that squeaky door that's been blown off of its hinges to see if anyone from Isurus is going to get a little too antsy. Again, just a full-on eco for Isurus. Nothing bought up.
If Ellie can get anything out of this, that would be fantastic. And I mean anything. I think it'll be Herd bailing out towards the ramp there, so they know there's one. Hot on the chase. They've got the control. They've got the positioning. But what's the response? All the pistols have rotated down lower. They don't have to commit to this. And they're actually going to bail back into the lobby, which is interesting. Would have thought they might go for the wrap into heaven, but I suppose there's also bait strats that you can do going up the ladder, right? Pistols can be deadly at that kind of range. So instead, it seems like they're going to walk out on towards A and find that the site has been completely vacated. Eco could maybe be a nuisance here at the ladder, but no, it doesn't seem like they're going to be able to get much. They're going for the full wrap in. That bomb's going to be planted. And Laser makes sure this doesn't get out of hand. Deco's got a gun, though. Trying to bail. Tommy Jed chases him down.
A little interesting there, but the expected result at the end of the day for Leviatan. So they are able to clean out those USPSs. Here comes Isurus, though, right on back with that buy-up. It's going to be an op and 4 A1Ss with about half of the usual utility. But this is what they want. I think maybe a little more patience this time around. Don't get too aggressive and be careful towards that outer yard, right? That was really what put Isurus in a bad position right off the docket in their last buy-up. Nathan having a peek towards that smoke, and here comes the wall of smokes for Leviatan. They will be using them to send one player down secret, but the other 3 are going to hang around, and that's the wrong move. Nathan gets 1962, but Dillian, oh boy, that's a nice trade.
All right, that was a bold reposition from Nithon, right? Normally what you do is you take that shot, you tuck in towards the close side of the garage. He takes the shot, and then he goes, I'm going to swing it. Just keep going, try and get to the far side. Doesn't realize there's another one going through the smoke on that angle. Took a risk, didn't pay off. They gain a space towards lower. They've got some positioning, and that's a big kill from Laser to put the numbers back in their favor. Looking for more, not gonna have it. His position cleaned up. And Leviatan are very spread out. Very spread out. They cannot play off of each other. Dillian almost dies as a result of that. Oh, how is he limping through this? How does he win that fight? Ali, unable to finish his food there. Dillian comes out on top, and that could be the deciding factor in this round. Noxie trying to come back around and up through Secret. But they're going to meet up. At least the numbers are kept even. This bomb eventually making its way on 25 seconds. Leviathan are not allowing a lot of time to themselves. Net drops the bomb. 20 seconds. Tommy Jed's here. They should know it. He's got so many directions to look, so many things to clear, and he forgets about the guy in heaven. Assuming he would stay tucked, trying to face towards the ladder. That is going to be round 14 found by Isurus.
Do I need to say it again, Mike? I do. They took too long. They waited too long to go for their execute.
Yep.
3 players alive versus 2 that were kind of in bad positions to an extent. Leviathan could have taken that A site pretty much with authority or gone towards B. Just make a decision. Go to one of them, and you'll have an advantage one way or another. In the end, they kind of just get caught in no man's land. Everyone goes down, and Isurus find themselves a 14th. That is not a round you can afford to lose on a T side that is very difficult to find round victories on. All right. Nathan, he's already pushed up to red box, has a bit of an advantage. Should the peak come out, and there it is. Uses it to get 1962, and he's out of dodge. Perfect play to give his team the 5v4.
Molly in to slow this takedown. Isurus looking for series point here. And Noxie has a bit of a cheeky angle. As that Molotov fades, he can do some serious damage here. Why? Why? He ticks the Molotov. He goes into the molly before it fades. I guess trying to get the perfect timing on it, but he ticks it, and that gives the audio cue. So the snap over comes in, and the kill comes through. All right. Just mistimed it, I suppose. Big kill for Destiny. Might still give them a chance here. And through the cooling tower panel. This is beautifully done, but reverse of his different things in mind. Problem, I was going to say, is the player's already on many. And the MP9 1v2 comes through. This round is madness. But the end result is the same. Isurus have secured map and series point.
What? I was about to say reverse of living up to his name, but no.
Dude, South American CS is bonkers sometimes, man. Every time we come in for one of these qualifiers, my mind is just blown 3 ways over.
That was a good play from Ali to close things out, but yeah, just some back and forth, 3 momentum shifts in that round alone. As Isurus, like you mentioned, up 15-9. They can close it out right here. Quick play coming through from Leviatan, trying to get through into lobby, but it's Isurus actually pushing in for a crunch, and Deco and Destiny find both 1962 and Laser. Tommy Jed goes down as well. It's all falling apart, Mike.
2 huge 3 kills. There it goes. It's all over. 16-9. Isurus absolutely smoked them in those last few, some say chaotic rounds. But at the end of the day, that is Isurus taking the win. I mean, that was such a back and forth series in terms of just who was showing up when and the when how.